Starting this channel to not to debunk anything, not to do anything but elaborate on how to do some of the bushcrafting skills. I'm not a bushcrafter. I'm not experienced at all. The only experience I have is desert training from the United States Air Force, which I spent my last 5 years mobile, and what I've learned in my life. So I'm a very analytical person, and I tend to analyze things to my fault. So what I've done is during February, when Russia invaded Ukraine, I mean, we got through COVID. For 2 years we got through COVID. Now this idiot, anyway, he invades Ukraine. He's pulling out now, but I started making little videos on how-tos, just to show how much just a normal person, you know, a little bit of desert training. We didn't have fires to start. You know, we basically, we had half a tent. We had a 60-pound rucksack. Each tent stake was a pound, you know, and we had half a tent. So the rest of it was our gear, our uniforms. I didn't always carry a rucksack, and you know, a lot of times I was, you know, just dropped off, whatever. But I didn't learn skills of making a fire, you know, other than using, you know, a common lighter, which, hey, I'm very experienced using that. But what I want to do is I want to go over some of the skills that I've learned through watching bushcrafting videos and survival videos, because I think everybody needs to survive in case there's what I call a shift. When the crap hits the fan, the stuff hits the fan, and we need to survive. So, you know, there's different levels. There's, you know, bunkering down in your house, which to me is only going to last 2 to 3 days before people start, you know, looking for food, and at any means necessary. That means, you know, if you're the weaker person, they're going to take you out. So, I want to be prepared. My wife's not doing too good. She's inside the house right now. I'm basically in my chicken yard. I've set up a little area where I can, you know, try these skills that I need to learn. I have used the Ferricite rod, and I'm pretty decent with it, but that's not what this is about. This is about going over the 10 C's, and then we're gonna make stuff with it. Like I said, I'm not a bushcrafter. I don't claim to be one. I don't want to be one. It's too much work for me, but you know, let's just go over some of the 10 C's. Now, not everything here is 10 C's. This is what I prefer. Let's go over my gear, my backpack. So this is a 70-liter backpack. It can fit just about everything here in it. Problem is, it's going to be heavy, so I got to pick and choose. I'll be 55 this year, but I am still strong. This is what I call my everyday pack. It's a 3-day pack. What's good about this, it's got these little pull-out things, and everything I use every day, it's got, you know, Blistex, eye drops, you know, any type of medicine, any type of, like, I've got liquid skin in here, because I don't know, I cut myself today. It's got safety glasses that are shaded. This is a neat little phone case for me. It's got a cover for my lens. It's got other things, gaiters, gloves, and things like that. But more importantly, it's got a cord. We'll get to that later. It's for my phone. Now, I carry this every day. It goes with me wherever I go. This pack here is a little bit smaller. I think they call this a medium pack or a 43 liter. It's got a big pocket here I keep open. I keep, obviously I'm finding knives and stuff in here too. I try to do a bag drag on all this. So I keep this when I wear my LBE out and I'm looking for stuff. I'm looking for fatwood. I'm looking for bird's nest. Haven't found any yet, but hey, I'm gonna be looking for it. Well, I have been looking for it, haven't found it yet. Then there's this pack, which is kind of just a holder for my medical stuff. So whatever's not in here, I've got, you know, hand sanitizers, Blistex, some wipes, you know, painkillers, things like that. Toilet paper, you know, just little things. I'm gonna throw it in there, you know. This little thing was my first survival pack. Now, I bought this to fill it up. And once I filled it up, obviously you see I got more gear. So now it just basically, I use it for just to carry little stuff. Like I said, I got a first aid kit here, They're pretty, I built them myself. They're pretty self-explanatory. The only thing I keep in here that most people don't is Narcan. Narcan will save an addict's life if they OD. I can, if in their breathing, I can get this up their nose. I could save their life. The other thing is blankets. I'm not real big on space blankets, but I got band-aids. I got tape. You know, big bandages, things like that. Mask in case I need it. These are pretty much identical. I might have a knife in one and not a knife in the other, but I carry a knife on me all the time. Just like probably most of the population around here. I live on the East Coast, and that's where I go look for my wood and go look for everything. Like I said, I'm new to this. Mostly I've been watching videos. I was hitting it hard the first 4 weeks, trying to light fires with a ferro rod. That's pretty interesting. I'll throw some of those clips in there. I actually lit a fire that I didn't plan on, you know, just because, you know, coal popped and bam, landed on a piece of flammable material. Hey, that's pretty cool. But you got to understand fire. You got to be friends with fire. Don't be afraid of it. So anyway, let's get to one of the main things. I don't have boots on right now. These are my boots. I keep in this bag over here, covered up. I keep these coats in my car all the time. This is one of the things I used to use in the military called a gut bag. Now you could put all kinds of neat little stuff in here. You could use this out in the field for collecting wood and things like that. Thing is it's collapsible. It's not very heavy. So one of the things I got was a paint strainer. I mean, I could keep that in there, and I could keep all my fire stuff in here. It's got pockets that things will catch on. You either cut them out or just avoid them. But I could put all my burnable material in there. Little things. Like I said, I'm gonna go over the 10 C's, but I have added extra things. So, knives. These aren't all my knives. These are just some of them. This is a good size knife. It's a full tilt, I think that's what it's called. This way, I can actually use this to split wood. And we're gonna go over that later. The reason I like this one, orange is not my color, but I like this. This is a ferrocite rod. This is gonna help me start a fire. And this is my favorite one because it's long. You know, I started being this survivalist, had my go bag and thought I was ready. No, I'm not. I'm far from ready. All right, got some other things. Multi-tool, very handy. This is another knife that goes into actually my everyday carry. It's got a ferrocite rod too. Works really well. I've got another one in my LB, but we're gonna go over that later. This is a neat little throwing axe. Thing I like about this is, once again, I can still chop wood with it. I can split wood with it. Problem is, it's very thin. So we're gonna test all these out. And this is just a regular knife. I try to be cool, but I'm not. I'm a nerd. All right, and then I got a hatchet here. That I use this hatchet all the time. I love it. Then just bought myself an axe. The problem with this axe, it's wide, it'll split, it's too long. I'm gonna cut this down to 26 inches, put a hole in it, and we're gonna call it done. It is a little heavy, but I wanted something, because when you chop wood and you're going up like this, you don't have control over that wood. But when you're chopping at knee level, you have control, and we're gonna go over that. And then I have a saw, okay? This is very important. I'm not happy with this saw. I bought it off of Amazon. Most of the stuff here, I bought it either off of Amazon or Lowe's or Walmart. I mean, period, that's where I go. All right, so now that we've covered cutting, get some of this out of here, we're gonna go into combustibles, all right? Lighters. Now, what I like to do is, Corporal taught me this, is take lighters, and you take duct tape, well, it's actually Gorilla Tape. Because Gorilla Tape can be used a lot out in the field, but this big roll, it's not feasible for me to carry. But what is a lighter with it on it. And we're actually going to light a fire with this. Now, some of the other combustibles I have, it's starting to rain. I've been sick for 10 days. I just wanted to get out here. Got these little Cheeto things that you could break apart and spread apart. It's got chemicals on them. Hit it with a spark, bam. Cotton balls. The other thing you can use, if you soak these in Vaseline, you have a perfect fire starter. You know, that's a quick way to do it. The main thing you want to do when you're starting a fire is to get that fire going. Like my first scenario, all I did was take my pack and say, okay, my car, I wrecked. I found this building, I need to start a fire in it. I couldn't start it. What I had to end up using was dryer lint, and I have in one of these other ones, probably this one, I have some dryer lint in this. You know, a lot of these big bags, they don't go here. I think I got rid of the dryer lint because I don't need it anymore. Because I've learned how to start a fire with, you know, other means. One of the things I don't have out here to start a fire, and that compass probably has one, but these things are awesome. I love these. So I was so amazed. For $7, $7.50 on Amazon, you can get 4 of these, and they're magnifiers, okay, for starting fires. So as a kid, I used to burn ants. I didn't know that trait, that skill would pass over. So a lot of these compasses, I don't believe this one has it, will have, this is just a cheap compass my wife got me for Christmas. It'll have a magnifier right on it, so you could use the compass to magnify. And we're going to get to the compass later. So we got combustibles, containers. Now, single walled. Everybody wants a single walled. Okay, I bought this at Walmart because it will make coffee. And that's what I'm interested in, is coffee, to stay awake. Okay, this container I also bought at Walmart. It's double walled. It'll keep things hot, it'll keep things cold. Most people don't like double walled. So I have this single walled. It used to be a container I used to work out. I broke the top, and I'm like, hey, look, I've got a single walled I can boil water in. I've also got stuff in my LBE that is self-contained with all these 10Cs. I'm going to go through that later too. Okay, so we've got our containers. This mess kit is really, it's from the Boy Scouts. I've got everything I need to cook with. And I've got another one inside there that's brand new. Doesn't say BSA on it, but who cares? And then I'm gonna probably tape these together to make myself a spork, but I might break it, so I don't know if I'll do that again. So the next thing is cotton. Now cotton, I chose a couple of orange shirts for a reason. I could use this as a signal. I can hang this up to signal for help. In my world, this whole scenario is going to be covert anyway, but what I could do is I can use some cotton, char it, and then all I have to do is hit that with a spark, and I have a fire. So now we've got that. We've got cordage now. You see, I got a lot of different cordage. I'm a big proponent for 550 cord. See, this is 110 pounds. You see, I have all kinds of different ones. This is 160 pounds, 110, and I believe this is 550. Yeah, this is 550. So, depending on what cord you want to use for whatever, like for this, I don't need 550 cord. Problem with a parachute cord is it stretches, but I'm really okay with that. So now I want to talk about, I don't want my books getting messed up. Compass. So we've got our cordage. It's starting to rain. We've got our compass. So very important that you learn how to use one of these. Like if I want to put this on north, I line up the bubble, put the dog in the house, the red in the red. Okay, and I'm 40 degrees that way to off northeast. So if I want to walk straight ahead, I'm 40 degrees. 220 is my reverse azimuth. So if I want to get back here, all I got to do is 220, and then all I got to do is put this up here. Look at my compass. Put the dog in the house, and wherever that mark is on, that's what I head to. Okay, we'll go over that later. You can, a lot of people know how to navigate through compasses. I'm actually going to use maps to navigate through that. Now, so we've got the compass. Now, here's another hatchet I can't get rid of. This is a tomahawk that I bought because it was cool. You know, I'm into SOG stuff, so I don't know if I'll ever use it, and I probably will never dump it, and that's sad because it's heavy. So the other thing I want to show you I have here is I have a suture kit, needles, and what you want to mainly have is you need a cargo needle. Okay, you need a cargo needle to repair things. Okay, I have dental floss in here, but with a cargo needle you can use parts of you can use a strand of parachute cord. The other thing, like I keep this in my LBE bag, is water purification, or a water filter. So this is a life straw. Basically, you pull this off. You pull this off, maybe. You see that fits your mouth? Okay, so this thing goes in the water and you can drink just like that. Very, very valuable. If you don't have time to boil the water, but you should always boil water. I mean, when we were kids, we used to drink out of streams all the time. I didn't know that would be dangerous now. I think, okay, bags. So I've got contractor bags. These are not the bags that I need. I need drum liners because they're a lot tougher, but I keep contractor bags in every one of my bags, at least 2 of them. Okay, cover you're going to want to come with, you're going to want to have. And the other thing is a candle. Now, I've got these little candles. Some of the bushcrafters, they've took canvas and they've made bags for like their mess kit, and then they cover it with candle wax, and that puts a nice film over it. So I'm sure it just keeps it from, you know, it keeps water from getting in there. And so you want that. You also, like in your tent, like this has a tent on it, and it's got a huge bedroll. It's too big, I can't use it. But what I do have in here, there it is about a candle. Okay, I got a pillar candle. I can use that for so many different things. Now, if I got this bag, we've had our shift and the crap has hit the fan. So you see some of the cover I have here. This is a large 7 mil tarp. It's 14 by 10, so it's pretty large. What I have behind me is an 8 by 10 from Walmart, 3 mil piece of garbage, but it's reflective. So I want to do some tests with some fires and some bedding to see if this will at least reflect, so I can put it up back of my one tarp to reflect the fire. Also, it goes down underneath me to give me a vapor barrier from that wet ground. And then I bought a $5 furniture blanket to give me that extra padding. Now, that's what's good about these. 2 of these and either pine needles or leaves, you've got yourself up off the ground. I have hammocks we're gonna try out. They're 20, 30 years old, so they're probably gonna break. But ideally, I don't want to be stuck in a tent. I want to be out in the open because I want to see things coming. I mean, I am paranoid thanks to the Air Force, but some of these other things I want to go over. Emergency radio. Now, what I have here is just an emergency radio. All it does is get the weather. It's got solar charging. It's got a port that I could plug my phone in if I wanted to, or charge it. And it's got a light on it. So, and if I don't have sun or anything like that, I got a hand crank. I could crank it up. The other thing I carry, which I don't know if anybody does, I carry a full stone. I've always carried this stone. I probably will never not carry this stone, but I carry it in my butt pack and I don't feel it. The other good thing is a scanner. So if anything happens, if the shift happens, you're going to want to be able to scan the frequencies. Always have extra batteries. So like I've got set extra batteries somewhere here. AA's taped together. Hey, look, I got more tape. Right, we'll go with this. Okay. It turned on. Anyway, I also have a solar charger. Now, I like this one a lot better than the one that's on. I took it off the pack. Is it spreads out. So, obviously, you want a solar charger to charge batteries or phones or whatnot. Now, I don't know how much we're going to use our phone, and it's got a light on it too. I don't know much about this thing yet. But, so let's talk about electronics and stuff. Of course, headlights. I've got a bunch of headlights that I'm going to use. Needles. I've got binoculars, but I also have a monocular that I carry with me. Shovel. It's not like the one I used to have in the military, or it's like the one I used to have in the military, but my boy broke it. Hey, but it's functional. It'll work. I've always had a shovel. Like I said, I'm a military guy, so we're going to go over my LB later and what's in it. The other thing I suggest you get, Bushcraft 101, been through that. I could probably do 99% of the stuff in there. Edible plants, that's what I'm learning now. I can't identify a tree, so I need to find a locust tree to get the bark off of it. It's gray. I don't find any gray trees. A couple things I forgot to show you. We've got an ammo can here. So if anybody knows anything about an EMP post, put your electronics in an ammo can or any type of sealed Tempest can. I bought this at Harbor Freight for $15. It's just like the one I have that actually has ammo in it. So my electronics may be safe. I can't guarantee anything because you don't know what frequency and size of the pulse it's going to be and what it's targeting. I mean, I'm an old electronics guy, so I know a lot about little things. So anyway, the other thing I didn't mention is if you ever stop using one of those sun deflectors in your car, like I had a couple of cars that took these smaller ones, now I have SUVs, they're great little knee mats, you know. And when you go into a site, you don't want to kneel down on the wet ground, you don't, because it's going to get yourself cold, you know. You don't want hypothermia, you don't want anything. You don't want anything, you know, being wet. In the military, they say, take care of your feet. So I've got other pairs of socks in here. I wear boot socks only in boots, and I'll explain that a little bit later, next time. But I am extremely OCD, so all this being out of my pack is driving me crazy. So I got to pack all this stuff up. But we'll see you guys later. God bless.